Buona Pasqua. That's Italian for Happy Easter. Is it too late to say Happy Easter? Easter was a few days ago. I don't know if there's a cutoff point, like with New Year. You know when it turns New Year, there's kind of like an unwritten rule that you don't really wish people a Happy New Year past like January 19th. It just starts to feel a little bit odd when you're in that third week of the new year. So I don't know if Easter has those kind of rules. Like when Easter's done, are people just ready to get on with their lives and start thinking about the next event? What is the next event? What comes after Easter? A tummy ache. Because of all the chocolate you just ate. Well, either way, happy Easter if you celebrated. I hope you all had a wonderful, lovely little break. I guess I celebrated, kind of. Sophie's parents host an annual Easter egg hunt, which I participated in, and I lost, like I do every year. I don't know why I'm so bad at the Easter egg hunt. In Stardew Valley, I'm fantastic at the Easter egg hunt. I always win. Then I like to rub it in Vincent's face, but in real life, I'm atrocious. I don't know what it is. I think I'm too quick. I'm like a bulldozer. When that whistle blows, I have red in my eyes like a bull. And I'm not even properly looking for the Easter eggs. I'm trying to just cover as much ground as humanly possible. I think I need to slow it down next year and really try and smell the roses, as they say. So yeah, we did that, and then I just spent the rest of the day playing Dave the Diver on my Nintendo Switch. So honestly, it was nice and chill. When I was a kid, however, we did take Easter a lot more seriously. You see, I grew up in a Catholic Italian family, so Easter was a big deal, sometimes even more so than Christmas, I would say. We would often celebrate by going to church, then we'd go see my Auntie Teresa, and then we'd spend the day with my nonna, granddad, and all of my extended family. We'd all catch up, play games, have a big meal together, watch Italian television that I never quite understood. My nonna only had the Italian channel, and it would always be old movies like Jason and the Argonauts, but it would be dubbed in Italian. And I would always be so frustrated that the lips never matched up to the dub. Anyway, Easter definitely used to be a very special holiday for me as a kid. But there was one year where I didn't want to do any of that, and I can tell you why. Easter 1999. I remember exactly what was happening Easter 99. Kiki Peach was 8 years old and somewhat of a pro gamer, you could say. There was a video game that I had my sights locked on, Mario Kart 64. I remember Christmas 97, I got the N64 with Mario 64, and then Christmas 98, I got Star Fox 64, as we call it in Europe, Lilac Wars. And it's a very funny thing growing up in the 90s as a child, because you didn't really ever know the years a new game was coming out. You would just maybe see it in the shop, or you would just see it in Nintendo magazine, and you'd be like, oh, I want to play that one day, because you were not getting those games at launch, let me tell you. You'd get them for special occasions like birthdays or Christmases, or as we eventually introduced into our family, Easter as well. It was around that age that my parents started giving me and my sister a little present alongside a chocolate egg for Easter. And this was absolutely huge for me as a kid. I think it really helped make up for the fact that my birthday and Christmas always kind of melted together because they were so close to each other. So now I also had Easter to look forward to, which was like a mini Christmas. And so it was Easter 99 that I had caught wind that I might be getting Mario Kart 64. I'd played it once, maybe twice in a Toys R Us at this point, like when they had them on display and you could play through a little bit of it. So I was very excited about this game. I mean, now suddenly 3D platforming 64-bit experiences, it blew my tiny little mind. It was unreal. And so I remember reading all about Mario Kart 64 in my Nintendo magazine, and I very specifically remember the night before Easter 1999, I couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning in bed, and I was thinking all about Mario Kart. And I remember so specifically that the exact thought I was having was, I can't believe you're gonna get to play as one of 8 characters in Mario Kart 64. And I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about who I was gonna play as first. Maybe Luigi, or oh my god, Donkey Kong, or Yoshi, maybe Toad, or Wario's in the game. Maybe I'll play as Wario. Maybe I'll play as Wario. It was wild. So eventually I did get off to sleep, and I woke up not to a game, but to a slip of paper. The paper had a riddle that, when solved, became a clue that led me to another part of the house. There I found another slip of paper with another riddle and another clue, which led me to another part of the house, until finally I found the last slip of paper that said, and I will never forget what it said, "Your present is waiting for you where Star Fox lives." And I knew exactly where that was. In my house, we had a cabinet underneath the TV where I would put away all of my games when I'd been done playing with them. And so I knew instantly that's where Mario Kart is waiting. So I ran so excitedly to the cabinet, and yeah, there it was. Where Star Fox lived was Mario Kart 64. I busted the game open and I started racing immediately. The reason why this is such a core memory for me is not just because of the game, but because of the little scavenger hunt that my dad put together. He didn't have to do that, but it made the day and the whole experience so memorable to the point where I'm thinking about it now, so many years later. And I really appreciate the effort he put in to learn the name of a character from one of my games. Your present is waiting for you where Star Fox lives. He could have said Mario. Everybody knows Mario. Star Fox isn't even in the title of the game. We called it Lilac Wars. And so he made the effort to learn the name of the protagonist, and that meant a great deal to me then, and it means a great deal to me now. Look, my parents are not the most savvy when it comes to video games. Just the other day, my mum texted me a picture of brain training for the Nintendo DS, and she asked me, what Nintendo can I play this on? I think the other reason why the phrasing has stuck with me so much is because it didn't just say, your present is waiting for you in the games cupboard, but when I was a kid, putting away my games wasn't just storing data in a cupboard. It was the place that would temporarily hold the worlds that I would explore next, the adventures I was to go on, with the friends I would go on them with. Because yeah, Mario and Link and Donkey Kong and Star Fox were my friends. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was friends with Star Fox, that's no big deal. So once again, the phrasing, your present is waiting for you where Star Fox lives. Yeah. That's where he lived. He lived in the cabinet under the TV, waiting to go on another expedition. I don't think I will ever forget that, because although the more religious aspect of Easter has now been lost on me, and I don't really celebrate necessarily, when I think about Easter, I think about that. I think about the effort my parents went through to put together this little scavenger hunt, and how excited I was to own Mario Kart 64. Oh, in fact, you know what, actually? Hold on a minute. This is... Yes, okay, so this genuinely wasn't planned. I literally just remembered this. I keep my N64 games under the sofa I'm sitting on right now. So there's Lilac Wars, there's Pokemon Stadium, there's Donkey Kong 64, and there is Mario Kart 64. This is the exact cartridge that I was holding in my hands. We're gonna do maths now? How long ago was 1999? Too long. Too long ago. Ah, man. So happy Easter to everybody who celebrated, and I hope you enjoyed hearing this little story from my childhood. Your present is waiting for you where Star Fox lives. Thanks, Dad. Happy Easter. Being excited about 8 different characters. Mario Kart now has like 50 characters to choose from. I don't think I could even contemplate that as a kid. You can play as the baby penguin?